our dough, chaps. We've done our dough.
Hello, welcome back to another big week of Form King. This is prime Turnbull Stakes Day. The racing is so good, so many opportunities, a lot of races that are very bettable. I just am so excited. So let's do a quick recap of last week. Racing-wise, got back 58.79. It could have been higher. There were some opportunities there. Didn't really land the exotics. Football, $20 on the grand final. Just didn't need to include Jeremy Cameron at $1.03 in the multi, but that got us to the $2 odds and should have just bumped up the possessions on Max Holmes, who thought he would have a big day. Went conservative with the 22 possessions. He had 33. So yeah, and Jezza, when he took that mark with his multiple injured limbs in that third or fourth quarter, I think fourth quarter, and just blazed on. Could have gone back to the set shot, but just blazed and missed. That was the goose was cooked. But anyway, $20 of bonus bets out of that could be vital today. So overall, racing percentage up 6.5%, sport down 10. That equates to 2.3% profits. So I say it every week, the chase goes on, but we will hit something big exotic-wise sooner or later. So today, Turnbull Day at Flemington, Epsom Day in Sydney, lots of opportunities. Let's start. So Flemington race 1, 1,200 metres down the straight. Celsius Star, I think it's out of its grade, needs a lot of speed on. De Bergerac has been really good. This goes under the radar. It's been hovering around 15 to 20 to 1 for the past few days. It's currently at 16s. It's drawn wide, but I mean that could be favourable today. 3 kilo claim. I really like it. Sought after, very good over the 1,200 metres. That's first up. That's value at 20s. Cap of 39. This was really good last time. It spent a lot of petrol to lead at Moonee Valley, and it held on really well despite that. It may not have even been a leader's track that night, so that's paying 21. That's outstanding value. Persian Spirit, we were on this last time when it won. It was like $47.70 on the tote and 61 fixed. It never should have been those odds. This is quite a good horse, but the value has dried up. I mean, today is $6. That's a no-go. Last time it got a really nice run with cover behind the speed. So yeah, definitely put it in Quinellas, but there's no sort of value there for wins. Stolly Bolly, this won its division in that race last time. It was the first time down that side of the track. So yep, that's definitely in the mix. Princess Q has been really consistent, done nothing wrong. That's paying 18, definitely into Quinellas. She's an artist. This has been an expensive horse for favourite backers. Twice now it's lost at sort of short odds. It's again $2.50 today. So it's in the mix. It, might do it, but I still wouldn't be jumping on. And then Acid Wash goes under the radar. That's paying 16. It's had a couple of trials. One well at Moonee Valley in a 70 grade. I think it could bob up for a place or be in the mix to Quinellas. So definitely each way to Bergerac, each way cap of 39. This is a very, very high rating bettability race. And then Quinella for 2 to Bergerac, 5 cap of 39, 4 sought after. We'll throw in 7 Persian Spirit, 10 Stolly Bolly, 11 Princess Q, 14 Acid Wash. Actually, we'll take out Persian Spirit just to make way, so it's not too convoluted. Race 2, Maribyrnong Trial Stakes, 1,000 metres listed, 2-year-olds. This is one I sort of skipped over. A lot of them have got decent trial form. I haven't watched all the trials here. I would have needed to really devote time to this race. So I just ruled that it probably wasn't going to be a race I was going to bet a lot in anyway. Knightsbridge is a favourite. Gabe Waterhouse and Adrian Bott Yard. Rich on Bubbles is probably a bit of value out of Capitalist. It has won a trial, then it ran last in another one. I'd have something small on that. And then the 6, the 7, the 8, they're all good value. 14, 19, 26 to 1. One day at a time. This is the second favourite at 390, number 9. 2 really good trials at Flemington. And then 10, Rubare, also very capable out of Rubik. So I do a Quinella for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe small each way bet on 6, Rich on Bubbles, but definitely a low betting race to skip. Race 3, Superimposed Stakes, 1,800 metres. This one, for those who are laying horses, I would definitely, and this could be something I look at to have sort of like a lay fund in the future, but Miwa is 100% one I would lay today. Reason being, last time at Moonee Valley, they went really hard and Miwa sort of circled them and had the drop on them, but to the eye, and I really need to bring in the sectional stats to back this up, but it didn't look like a fast run race. And I just think that they accelerated around the corner and Miwa had the right run, but I don't know if it's going to be able to replicate that. The counter argument would be that this isn't a really strong race, so I don't know that Miwa has to do a lot to win, but yeah, I think that a lot of these horses are going to be testing out this new distance of 1,800, and there's a lot of unknowns, and there'll be a lot of improvement from whatever runs they've sort of had last time. So Officiate has been running on wet tracks. Unknown how it's going to go on the dry, but I think that's a better bet with McDonald on board. The Wally Yard 440 is like a second favourite price. Otherwise, yeah, Azazel's been tough. Arabian Prince that's paying $9.50. That run where it ran third, I liked it. There wasn't a lot that made ground in that race, but that horse did. So Arabian Prince definitely a watch, and then Morisu Oju just as a little bit of a throwaway place bet. One as a favourite last time, and it's 80 to 1 here. So yeah, again, not a great betting race. Do not like Miwa at all. And yeah, que sera. Race 4, Edward Manifold, 600 metres, Group 2, 3-year-olds and up. Zany Girl was great last time running on. We got a good place dividend back there. Bellazane's going to go forward. Spicy Lou's going to go forward. Just Kick. This ran on as well as anything last time in a bit of an unsuitable race behind Vinrock. I think this time from barrier 3, it goes up and sits about 4th or 5th, and very tough looking. So $10 price, definitely Just Kick is the way to go on that one. And then a Quinella for 1, 2, 3, and 6. Bringing in those top liners at the top of the betting order. Sorry, of the number order. Race 5, Rose of Kingston Stakes, Group 2, 1400. This is a Group 2 race, but none of these are really hardened Group 2 performers. Roll on High is the best credentialed at top level. It's run in some really good races, and it will need speed on, but I think the 950's overs here. Moving out wants more distance. Pondalawi hasn't really found form at this distance. On display, Group 2, it's a bit of a question mark, around 10th last time. Pop Award, it's had 2 runs at Group 3 enlisted now, where it's sort of run not badly, just a few lengths off the top, 3 lengths behind each time, but it's, got a bit more acquainted with Flemington. I think that's still good value at 13. So bonus bet from the $20, we're going to split that into 8 $2.50 bonus bets. One of them on Pop Award, and then Mirabai Rose is just chugging along, doing everything right. One last time of the 1204 at Caulfield, moves up to 1400 meters here. It's got a really good record, track and distance. So I think that's the logical bet. So just a small each way bet, Mirabai Rose, bonus bet on Pop Award, and then something on Roll on High. For exotics, I think this race is too chaotic. Anything really could happen. On display, too short, as it will also need a bit of speed on. Race 6, Danehill Stakes, 1100 metres, Group 2. Small field, but excellent field. These horses tend to all run against each other. Already, Tenterus, Tycoon Star, Jimmy Ricard, Shining Smile. They've had multiple meetings with each other, Magor as well. So it's sort of who gets the better run on the day. Rochberg won well at Moonee Valley last time. That's the favourite here at $3.90. To the eye, it didn't look like Rochberg even handled Moonee Valley that well, but it still won with a little bit in hand, so that looks like it's quite talented. Legacy Bound won well last time, Jimmy Ricard. These are all in form. Tycoon Star likes the straight, Tentress likes the straight. My Gladiola won last time and didn't even have cover, just sat sort of facing the breeze and just rolled them down the straight. So in saying all of that, I think it's just too hot a race, too many good horses, too many unknowns. I would have something on Tentress because it's so powerful late. So something each way Tentress, something each way My Gladiola, just based on the quality of that win last time. But it's not a race I would identify anything because it's going to depend on what sort of run they get, who can get some cover down the straight. And I mean, there's value in Magor, there's value in Inkaruna, even in Jimmy Ricard. So yeah, there's a bit of a very good visual contest to watch, but betting wise, I don't know there's anything huge value there. And Rochberg's obviously first go up the straight, so who knows? Race 7, the Lexus Bart Cummings. So Revelare has been a bit of a phenomenon, working its way through the staying grades. This is the biggest test that it's had. It's now going to face Group 3, a Group 3 race again, but I think this is a better field than what it beat last time with Mormona hitting the rest of the runners. Asterix is an ex-New Zealand stayer over the Cups distances. Hasn't found form so far yet, but this is definitely the better distance range for it. It's getting to Flemington, which it'll want. It'll want this big, open, New Zealand-like track. Mr. Wolfgang, similar deal. Had decent form ages ago. It's really struggled lately, but almost a 50% place record. And if they could recapture anything like that or just get some decent run on, I mean, yesterday it was $30 for a place, 200 to 1. Now it's 150 and 26, but still, like, that's worth a couple of shekels for the place. Gran Piero has been okay and sort of, I feel like it's a lesser quality stay, but still that's at 30s, could run into a place. Gilded Water won really well last time, but, did beat Nothing. That was a Caulfield 84 grade race. Lightweight here, Kieran Martrain, it does deserve to be favoured given the weight swing that it's going to have on a runner like Revelare today. 5 kilos difference, but still, I'm not that convinced. And then for now, this is a horse I really like. Better than 50% place record. It's had 4 wins out of 20. It's had a Frankel. 2 sort of okay runs so far. Around 3 lengths behind Gilded Water, ran on from the back at Caulfield, probably appreciates Flemington. Last time it ran second to Affluential over this distance, won at Caulfield over this distance, won at Sandown over this distance. So quite a capable stayer. That's definitely in place calculations. So I think that Sadati sort of represents the winter form coming to an end. So that's probably going to go forward and might be running out of puff a little bit. But definitely want to have a bonus bet on Asterix in case it can recapture that form. Barclay Square goes a bit under the radar. And for now, for the place, probably each way as well. So Quinella for 2, Revelare, 3 Asterix, 5 Best of Wolfgang, 11 Grand Piero, 16 for now. Race 8, Turnbull Stakes. Great betting race. There's what will we say here? VSSC, there's 2 from 2 at 2,000 metres at Flemington. I hear on the grapevine from a very good source, Turnbull Stakes is a bit of a graveyard for favourites, that there's often upsets, so thanks for that information. I still wouldn't back against VSSC over the 2,000, and it would be, initially I was quite keen on it at the price. I think it's good value after running third last time, but Aliana has just been so consistent this prep. The way that it out-toughed VSSC the last time, chasing down Mr. Brightside, who had a great run on speed, was really impressive. And from barrier 5 at Damien Lane at 460, I think that's a perfect bet. So you could go either way. You could go for VSSC easily. I would go with Aliana each way. Zardozi's sort of silly odds at 33 to 1. It's probably not still, the 2000's not ideal, but that could run on into a place at $7. Half Yours won really well last time, spearing away to win at Caulfield by 3 lengths. The quality of the race is a bit in question, but the form prior to that backs it up, so that could definitely run into a place here. Moira was good last time, 50 to 1 is silly odds for that, and then Sir Delius obviously really tough, unknown where it's going to sort of get to from barrier 14, but that's in the mix. And Land Legend, pretty sure that's a third place getter in a Caulfield Cup behind Duke de Sessa, so 80 to 1's a bit silly there too. And then you've got Antino, so each way Aliana, great race to watch against Via Sistina. Place bet for Zardozi, and then we'll do Quinella. Trifecta. Sistina and Aliana as roving bankers, with Field to Rove, and maybe just a basic another trifecta with those to Rove, but only some specifics to be the field. So Land Legend, Moira, and Zardozi, and Half Yours. So 2, 5, 6, and 13. To Rove with the 4 and 7. Race 9, Gilgai Stakes, another great betting opportunity. So, favourite is War Machine. Not exactly sure that it should be that short. It's definitely quite a good horse, but maybe lately it's been a little bit better over the 1400. Barrier 15, be interesting where we saw the track is playing better. Willado will go forward, could easily hold on to a place. Capable horse, the 40 to 1 is a bit of overs. West Star, this has been running really well in Perth. It has sat wide and still sort of powered on to win. One time it was 3 wide with no cover and just put them away. So that will probably be looking for some cover here, sit about 5th and then spring forward at the end. Watch Me Win was good in Adelaide. That's paying 15. Royal Insignia, this goes a little bit under the radar because it's ran third at Caulfield where it was sitting around about last on the fence and then came through on the inside. That was behind Pop Award, made really good ground. Then at Flemington Group 2 down the straight behind Arkansas Kid, it just sort of ground its way to the line at the end. It ran 4th by 1.3 lengths. It was quite a solid run. The question is how much you can improve on that. If the speed is a lot heavier today, this could really run on better at the end, but the 14 is value. In terms of class, Buenos Noches and Stapati have probably raced against the best company week in, week out. Buenos Noches really wanted a wet track, so that sort of dulls that, but Stapati is over the odds of 26s. And then the one I really want to be on is Payline. The 2 runs have been great this prep. It ran on really strongly at Moonee Valley from an unsuitable position. Charmstone had a better draw and could go forward and sort of sit third. Payline had to go back and it was just trying to do too much. But it basically was that many. The amount of lengths that it lost by was the amount of lengths that it was lengths behind Charmstone on the turn. So Payline for me down the straight, it is a bit of an unknown. It hasn't run here, but I just think it's in great form. Star Patrol, this held on really well last time after a long layoff and a checkered sort of injury situation, but very strong in that Arkansas kid race. And then Bridal Waltz, we had a big win on this a few months back when it beat She's an Artist down the straight. Then won at Caulfield. It's had a spell. It's won a trial. This is a good straight horse, and yeah, this is going places. So that's paying 10 and has to be acknowledged. So Bridal Waltz, a small win bet, each way bet on Payline, and then a Quinella for 3 Willado, 4 West Star, 5 Watch Me Win, 7 Royal Insignia, 12 Payline, 15 Bridal Waltz. Stretton Angel's really better over the 1,000. The 1,200's a bit of a stretch, and then La Fracas, it's been in great form, but it is quite a step up in grade and just can't slot in ahead of those others. But very keen on Payline in that one. And then race 10, Paris Lane Stakes, 1,400 metres listed race. Normally I'd sort of write off these end of day races where you don't know how the track's playing by the end. It's a bit cut up. It's offered a big field, a lot of competing form lines. This one I want to single out because I feel like Port Lockroy is outstanding value. It's had 2 runs back this prep, Group 2, Group 1. It's been sort of 5 lengths off them, Sea Pals and Pericles, but this is a Group 1 winner in Perth. It's running really good races. Yeah, like 1 length behind Steffi Magnetica, 2 lengths behind Gringotts. This is nowhere near a field like that. So $34 is outstanding. Freedom Rally, same deal. It's pretty decent first up. It really likes this distance range out of Rubik. So that's 34 as well. So they're just bonus bet magnets. So bonus bet Port Lockroy, each way bet on Freedom Rally I'm going to do. And then a Quinella, Is It Me? That's had a couple of lackluster runs, but really they were at better grade. Now it's dropping back, so the $9 is great. Regal Asmon could fall into a place. So the 1, 2, 5, and 6 I really want to be on. Cafe Millennium, Media World, they're the favourites. I just think they could easily be beaten, so I'm going to leave those out. And then Warney, that's paying $6, and that's really, race at a ceiling of a listed grade. So I just find it, I just think that the 1 and the 2 and the 5 are just really over the odds. And then Shadizi, this has come from France. It's run at Chantilly. It won by 5 lengths on a dirt track. It did look really good, but hasn't recaptured that. And I feel like the $6 odds are a bit of unders at the moment. But yeah, really want to see how Port Lockroy, Is It Me, and Freedom Rally run. So that's all of Flemington. And then Randwick, just want to breeze through a few of these early races. First race, just want to do Sunset Park. That's the favourite with the bonus bet back situation. Race 2, this is a Group 3 Breeders' Plate, a lot of first starters. I just want to go with I'm Your Huckleberry from that great line from Tombstone. That's paying $3. It's had a good trial win. That'll do it for me, just straightforward bet there. Race 3, same deal, a lot of first starters. This is the Gimcrack Stakes, 2-year-old Group 3. I'll go with Home Invasion, out of Home Affairs. It's had a trial win and Barrier 1, so that's paying $5 out of the Waterhouse Yard. Race 4, 600 metre Dulcify Stakes. I think this is very tricky, hard to line up without Pierce the favourite, but I think it'll get rolled. Couldn't really tell you what's going to win, so that race is a skip. Race 5, this is just a 94 grade 1600 metre race. Again, big field, not sure, that's a skip. Race 6, Flight Stakes, 1600 metres Group 1 for the 3-year-olds fillies. Apocalyptic won really well last time. Tupacara had to do more work than it, but it probably will have the same deal today from Barrier 10. The draw doesn't do it any favours. I would like to go with Within the Law. It's had a good run behind Nepotism at this distance range. It's drawn really well. It's paying $5. I think that's the best bet, but Apocalyptic is a worthy favourite. Just an each way bet on Within the Law. Race 7 is the Premier Stakes. Small field. It's really a match race between Jimmy Star, Briasa, and Private Harry. Briasa will go forward. It probably won't be like the All-Age Stakes where it had to do too much work in a big field and Jimmy Star could reel it in. These small races are much more tactical. Briasa probably gets the best run. Jimmy Star goes back from Barrier 7. Private Harry's a bit of the wild card at Barrier 5, but very, very capable. The others, could upset the apple cart if things don't go to plan. So more of a watch race than a bet race. You're probably going to skip that. Race 8 is the Epsom. Wolf's been just steady. This prep hasn't really hit any highs. I feel like Today is especially appealing since Sportsbet are doing a run first or second, get paid as a winner promo. Wolf could quite conceivably run second at that 12-1 price and pay back the people who have backed it. Autumn Glow is undefeated. First go at Group 1. It's drawn poorly in barrier 13. It's going to get 3.5 kilos on Wolf. Unknown. I really don't know. It's not the strongest Epsom ever, I would say. Like Pericles, Yellow Brick, Willie Do It wants Staying Trips, El Costello, same deal. Depth of character, not sure quality. Swift Falcon started favourite a few times and sort of got rolled for punters, including me, against Shangri-La Spring. Yeah, just not the strongest race ever. So I think Wolf's great value at the 12s if it gets a good run, if it improves. Autumn Glow's too short. In Cap tends to run well at this distance range and has a light weight. So that can't be overlooked for exotics. And then same deal, Swift Falcon. So Quinella for 1, 4, 7, and 10. Each way Wolf, and definitely Sportsbet with that promo. And then race 9 is the Metropolitan. Went through it all. Just really hard to tell. I think this is like Sydney Cup-esque sort of staying form. I don't see any of these really making a huge mark in the spring down here. More Felons, the odds are a bit silly. Like it used to be quite good. It's on the comeback trail and trying to recapture form. $26 to place. It's worth a couple of bucks. Vauban's paying 12. Birdman. I'm just going to go with Soul of Spain. It's a young stayer on the rise. It's got a really lightweight, 50.5 kilos. Just going to literally do that to win in an exacta, field for second, see what happens. But yeah, not a good betting race. And then race 10, just going to skip it. So that's everything. That's the $50. Sport this week, obviously AFL's over. Couldn't see any great promos on the rugby league, Storm versus Broncos. So just going to skip sport, leave it at racing. Bets up on screen now. This is just such a good betting race. I just want to reiterate, De Bergerac, Kappa 39 in race 1, Just Kick in race 4, Payline in the Gilgai Stakes, Aliana in the Turnbull. Last race at Melbourne, keep our eyes on Freedom Rally and Port Lockroy. Sydney at Wolf, keep an eye on Wolf in the Epsom. And yeah, use any bonus bets you've got from last week accordingly on some outsiders today. Maybe even Mr. Wolfgang for the place in that race before the Turnbull. Yeah, what a if this is what it's going to be like every week from now to the end of the spring, it's going to be a great month ahead. Best of luck to you in this perfect weather day.
And then came Sweet Liaison as they turned for home. Jefferson, he's been in front every inch of the way. He's out wide too.